Greetings, exiles. My journey continues. I know many of you have been waiting for the second part, but as you can see, I've been busy. Map blasting. And Tink's farm. It's been great fun, not gonna lie. But let's start at the beginning and see how I got to this point. Your favorite intro. Small Divine Orbs Altar. Nice. What's this? A new vault? Very interesting. Definitely a scam. Wow. Very unexpectedly. Something's clearly going on in the Syndicate. Okay, I've earned a bit of currency and now I can go shopping. I need a new shield. Thanks, Breach. Just what I need. A very solid upgrade. Let's take a look at our favorite POB. This is my current DPS. And this is with the Foulborn shield. Almost 3 million extra damage. Nice. But now I've got a small problem. I've lost the chance to block spell damage. So I need to add a Tempest shield. This skill will solve my problem and give me immunity to shock, which means extra survivability. But for that, I need more mana reservation. I'll start by buying a fractured base with accuracy. Now for the essences. Good. Exalted Slam. Perfect. Benchcraft, and my new helmet is ready. Oh yes, I almost forgot about the implicits. Mana reservation and AoE. If you have mana issues, swap AoE for reduced attack mana cost. I've found a few new coins, so let's try to get a useful skill. Swap to bleed? Nope. Just a miss. Now this is useful. 15% more damage. And the final purchase. Enlightened Support level 3. Nice upgrades. Now we can continue the journey and talk a bit about my currency making strategies. The first one was Breach. Here's the Atlas tree. Very simple. Overall, Breach wasn't bad, and Fortress gives valuable loot and graft blood. But the problem is that Fortress is very long and tedious. You have to get to the center, kill 24 waves, and then get out. Not the most fun gameplay. Hive, on the other hand, is relatively quick, and I prefer it. But I got bored of Breach and decided to try something else. New Atlas. Syndicate, Lost Shipment, Nico, and Shrines. Let's talk about this strategy in more detail, and I'll start with Syndicate. In the safe house, you can find some pretty valuable loot. Besides, the mechanics are straightforward and don't require a strong build. Also, in the new patch, this guy can give you a cool new divination card for Mageblood. The chance isn't huge, of course, but it's definitely doable. Next up is Mirage and this wish. I've been running City Square, where the boss is in the center of the map, so the chance of getting this wish is higher. With Maven, I simply lure out new bosses, kill them carefully, collect the loot, and that's it. Nice and easy. Next up is Nico. With this node, I can get some ore and use it for shipment. A bit of passive income. A 10 million shipment. A few divine orbs, a valuable runegraft, not bad overall. But then I found out that this belt is expensive. I never thought it would cost so much at the start of the league. And this is the second ship. 15 million, 50% ore and 50% dust. Also, a lost shipment for extra loot from time to time. And this guy for an extra layer of copium. Next time. Surely. For this strategy, you'll need these scarabs. And most importantly, can I recommend this strategy? No. All because it's hit or miss and not very stable. But personally, I love strategies like this because it's more like fishing than working at a fixed rate of 20 pixels per hour. For me, it's fun. Besides, I love the Syndicate and fast mapping. By the way, the more maps you can run per hour, the more stable this strategy will be. We quickly do June's mission, click on Nico and check the Mirage. Fast and easy. Shrines help us with this. Just what I love. Happy hunting, boys. Let's sell some good stuff I've found and craft a new weapon. Fractured base. Essences. And benchcraft. Very easy. But now I need more dexterity, but that can be easily fixed. There you go. Back to the maps. Wrong map. By the way, what's the current strategy for nightmare maps? Just the boss rush for fragments? To be honest, I've no idea. That's better. Atlas for high doses of copium. Sweet. More currency for new upgrades. Unnatural instinct. And the light of meaning. Small respec. Now I get a lot of physical damage and some AoE. But now I need to fix my accuracy. And for that I need a new ring. Good base. And harvest life reforge. Perfect. Slam, but I can't get anything good. Catalysts. And in the end, I got a sweet ring. And back to the maps. I swear to God, the devs have buffed Lost Shipment, because there's good loot here now. Or maybe it's just the streamer client. No way. 2 at once. As for the current build, we've got solid damage. We've got some explosions and AoE for good map clearing. The only thing I don't like is the defense, but I'll fix that in the endgame version. Overall, it's a really fun and interesting build, and as you could see at the start of this video, it's going to get even better. For that, I need a large cluster. Something like this. But to add the cluster to the build, I need to free up skill points, and that means less mana reservation, so I've removed Herald of Purity. Watcher's Eye. And a new anointment. I also need a new ring. This is probably the quickest and easiest way to get a decent ring for my build, as I already have the GG ring. But I found this base and decided to try crafting. Not bad. I think the life reforge is worth it. All the time, man. All the time. And the main purchase. Headhunter. This unique belt should solve most of our survivability issues, because right now that's our main weakness. It also gives us damage and speed. Let's test it. Oh yes. That's so much better. Now let's add juice explosions to the build. And for that, I need this unique jewel. And another quick test. That's so much better. Now we've got real chain reaction explosions. PoE peak gameplay. Sublime Vision is a very good addition to the build. But now for the bad news. It often happens that after I make a video, the price of certain niche items rises significantly. There are various reasons for this. High demand, tariffs, rats. But in any case, Sublime Vision might be exactly that kind of item. As a budget option, you can use these unique gloves, but they'll be worse. But that's hardly surprising, as they cost almost nothing. Firstly, you're sacrificing a glove slot, which isn't ideal. Secondly, your explosions won't be as strong. And most importantly, you won't get a chain reaction because the explosions from these gloves can't apply bleed, so no chain reaction. But in any case, I decided to mention the cheap option. Also, many viewers are waiting for this damn cat to talk about the Atlas with divination cards so everyone can farm them. But this is a variation of the Atlas with those scarabs, something like what I did in the last league. But to be honest, I don't want to go into detail about it, because it's the greatest bait of the century. Divination cards farming isn't in the best shape, and in most cases, instead of these divination cards, you'll end up with this. So, never mind. My next upgrade is these gloves and an amulet with +1 to all skills. Because at level 24, Shield Crush has its next breakpoint. You can also add a Watcher's Eye like this and increase DPS from 26 million to 40. A very good boost. But to be honest, damage is the least of my worries because I have enough damage for the content I'm running. Besides, buffs from Headhunter can also boost damage, so our DPS is actually higher. That's why I decided to invest in defense, my weak point. But first, some new armor. The base. And essences. For more AoE. Nice. I've got plenty of orbs of fusing, so I'll just press this button and get 6 links. And the last big purchase. This should improve our defense. Alright, this is the final form. Let's see how it turned out. Very cool. These explosions are very satisfying. And some other content. No problems. But there's nothing surprising about that. Headhunters and buffs carry us hard. And my favorite target dummy. Although this build is for mapping and not for uber bosses because Headhunter is useless here. The loot is top-notch as always. I love uber bosses. Let's do a little experiment. Instead of fragments, let's buy a stacked deck. Exactly the same result with minimal effort. Actually, I lied, it was more profitable. But joking aside, it's been a fun journey. The league is cool, the build isn't bad. An easy start and an interesting progression, and I don't want to say goodbye to it. But this journey has come to an end and it's time to say goodbye to you all. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. As always, I'd be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. Bye everyone, and see you in the next video.